Today I was thinking about release of expectations and what that release is, and how as as a teacher and as a practitioner, I know there are a lot of expectations put on a yoga class. There's this expectation of a certain way we want to feel at the end of our class, and that triangle pose will lengthen our hamstrings, which it will, but there's still the balance between forcing something and allowing something to release. And it's a balance that is very hard to explain and oftentimes is just better to experience. And so I like to say a lot that I am a guide and not a teacher, and that I will guide you into these different practices that have been around for thousands of years, hundreds of years, things that have helped me that might then help you. And in that, can we release? Can we just let go? And find that very delicate balance between forcing something and releasing and allowing something. And since I really do believe that that difference is something that has to be experienced and can possibly be explained, but maybe I am just not articulate enough to do so. So let's see if we can find that and feel it physically, that feeling of release. So sitting comfortably, whatever that means for you, nice long spine, closing the eyes, checking in with the breath. And then see if even here you can find a long inhale and a long exhale, but find it releasing and allowing, not forcing. Allowing that sensation of expansion and growth and length with every inhale, and truly releasing the breath out, even if it is under control, that you're not forcing the breath to remain long, but releasing it and trying to find that delicate balance between the two. Notice what thoughts or worries might be coming up, and again, see if you can release them on the exhale. Not trying to force the thoughts away, not trying to push the random thoughts that come in out of your mind, but allowing them to come in and then allowing them to pass through, to be released. Not trying to put up a block or shove away anything else that's coming in, but just seeing if you can find that balance of release. And then on your next inhale, inhale the arms out and up. Feeling long, bring the palms together, exhale them down in between the eyes. May your practice cultivate enlightened thoughts. Inhale, exhale, the hands in front of the mouth. May your practice cultivate enlightened speech. Inhale, exhale, the hands in front of the heart. May all of your practices cultivate an enlightened heart. Reach down, grab your shins. You can change the crossing of your legs if you would like, just to even out the body. And holding on to your shins, inhale, shine the heart forward, gazing up. And then exhale, rolling back, pulling against your shins and in the center of your back, far back behind you. Taking a few seated cat and cows with your breath, huge inhales. long exhales. And as you start to reach the peak of each inhale and exhale, see if you can feel the spine reach, stretch, lengthen, and then release a little more. So that there isn't a spot where the motion actually stops, but where little tiny spaces can be found to stretch, open, breathe a little further. On your next exhale, pick a direction and roll the chest all the way back. Exhaling, inhale all the way forward. You can allow the head to roll to the opposite side of where your chest is rolling. Long inhales, long exhales. See if you can find a little extra release through the spine. As you're ready, taking it in the opposite direction. If you find a really nice spot, you'd like to take a little extra time to really let something let go, release. Not trying to force it open, but just allowing a little more space, a little more breath. Allow the circles to start to get smaller and smaller. Starting to spiral up the spine as the spine gets longer and longer until the circles are almost imperceptible. Sitting up tall, allow yourself to come back to stillness. And you can change the crossing of your legs again if you would like. Start to walk your hands out in front of you. And over to the right side, placing the left hand on top of the right, releasing through the left side, reaching long through the fingers. And then staying low, walking back through center. Walking over to the left side, right hand on top of the left. And then coming back to center, keeping the head heavy, slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. Take the right foot, on the outside of the left thigh. Try and sit both sit bones down. Take the right hand back behind you, left arm up and over. Gazing out over the right shoulder, take an inhale in, sit a little taller. Exhale, release, twist a little deeper. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale and twist. Inhale, lengthen one more time. Exhale, unwind. Bring the right foot around. Place the left foot over the right thigh. Left hand back behind. Inhale the right arm up and over. Really spreading the fingers on the left hand. The closer you can get the left hand in toward your sit bones, the higher you can sit. Same deep breaths. One more inhale in. Slowly unwind. Bring your knees up into your chest. Grab onto the backs of your knees. Shins parallel to the earth. And then release the hands. Maybe straightening the legs. Deep breaths. Roll the shoulders back. Gaze up. Same long inhales and long exhales. Take an inhale in, get everything a little higher. Exhale, knees into your chest, roll them back behind you. Come over into Sphinx. Elbows right under your shoulders. Roll the shoulders back. Let the ribs spill out. Gaze up, releasing through the front of the body. Pushing down with the tops of the feet, let the legs be active. And then try and get your shoulders farther and farther away from your ears. Same deep breath. Releasing down to the earth, take the right arm out to the right side. Left hand under your shoulder, bend the left knee, spread the fingers on the right hand. Send the left heel up and over. Pressing down with that whole right palm, feeling that release through the right shoulder, yet still feeling it active. Maybe reaching the left fingers up and back. Same deep breath. And rolling back through center. Left arm out to the left side, right hand under that right shoulder, bend the right knee, send it up and over. Maybe the right arm up and back. Trying to kiss your shoulder blades together. Same deep breaths, releasing through that left shoulder. Coming back through center. Bend into your knees, reach back for your ankles or the tops of your feet. Kick into your hands. Heart up, knees toward each other. Deep breath. Try and get your knees and chest a little higher. See if you can release any muscles in your face. And then releasing down to the earth, pull your heels into your glutes. Turn your cheek to one side. And then release your feet back behind you. Bring your hands underneath your ribs. Push yourself up for a back bend, either keeping the arms bent or straightening the arms. Feeling long through the spine to release through the low back. And tuck the toes, take an inhale in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Grounding down to the tips of the fingers, sink the heart towards your toes. Pull the low ribs in. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, down, chaturanga. Inhale through and up, your back bend of choice. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale, rolling forward. Exhale, floating down. Inhale, through and up. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Walk the hands back to your feet. Big toes a little closer than your heels. Release the head, let it be heavy. Really feeling that space in between each one of your vertebrae. Same deep breaths. Bring your hands to your shins. Inhale, coming halfway up, tuck the chin, feel long through the spine. Deep breath. Slowly exhale out, pulling against the backs of your legs. Heavy head. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, releasing down. Inhale up one more time. And exhale, releasing down. Place your hands down toward the earth. Start to transfer the weight over toward your left foot. And lift the right heel up into the sky. Standing splits. Keeping the head heavy, letting it still release. Place the right foot down next to the left. Hip distance apart. Transfer the weight over to the right foot. And left heel up. And place the left foot down. Heel toe your feet out to the edges of your mat. Release down in a slightly wide forward fold. Grab the backs of your heels, the backs of your calves. Shaking the head, letting it be heavy. Really trying to release all the musculature through your back. Sing deep breaths. Bend into the left knee, place the left hand down on the earth, take the right fingers up. And right fingers down. Bend into the right knee, straighten the left leg, left fingers up. Both fingers down, straighten both legs. Release the head a little deeper. Turn the toes out. Send the hips down. Bring your elbows right into your knees so that you're not sinking towards your armpits, but sitting tall. If it's all right on your knees, maybe rocking from side to side. And then maybe placing your hands down out in front of you. Bend into your elbows, place your knees on top of your triceps. One toe at a time. You can find your way to crow. Just as slowly find your way back to the squat. Same deep breaths. Place your hands down. Start to straighten your legs. Bring your feet back. Heel toe to hip distance apart. Inhale, bend into the knees, reach the fingers up. Exhale, lead with the heart, straighten the legs down to the toes. Inhale, bend into the knees, reach the fingers up, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale up, and exhale, fold. Walk the hands back out, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, down, chaturanga. Inhale, through and up. Exhale, back, child's pose. Slowly roll up, one vertebra at a time. Sit down in between your heels, bring your knees together. Maybe starting to walk back. Maybe down to the forearms. Or all the way down to the earth. If you're already down on the earth, clasp your arms up above you. Opposite elbows. Releasing through the quads. Long inhales, long exhale. Just as slowly as you made your way into it, make your way back out. Come standing on your knees. You can make a little pillow with your mat. Starting on the balls of your feet, toes touch, Hands to your low back, send the hips forward. Maybe reaching the hands back for the heels. Maybe releasing the toes down. Head back. Deep breath. Releasing the hips a little farther forward. Just as slowly as you came into it. Hands back to your low back. Slowly make your way back out. Releasing all the way back to child's pose. You can lengthen your mat back out. Relaxing through the low back. Inhale, coming up to tabletop. Turn the right toes out. Take the left foot back behind you. Place the heel down. Left fingers up. Be sure the right hand is under the right shoulder and the right knee under the right hip. Maybe taking the left arm up and over. Maybe lifting the left foot up off the earth. Deep breaths, long through that left side. You can feel your toes and fingers getting a little longer to release while engaging through the left obliques. Same deep breaths. Coming back to tabletop. Turn the right fingers in. Take the left arm through. Maybe the right fingers up and back for the inside of the left thigh. Pulling the hips over to the left. Deep breaths. Breathing a little deeper. Allowing a little more space to open that right shoulder a little more. One more inhale in. Exhale, unwind. Back to tabletop. Left toes out. Right foot back behind you. Heel down. Right fingers up. Maybe the right arm up and over. Maybe lift the right toes. Lengthen right toes away from right fingers. Coming back through tabletop. Turn the left fingers in. Right arm through. Left arm up and over if you would like, for the inside of that right thigh. Try and pull the hips a little farther to the right. Open that left shoulder a little more. and slowly unwind. Coming back through tabletop and downward facing dog. Place the forearms down, interlace the fingers except for the pinky. Spend a little time here in dolphin, heart sinking towards your toes, maybe slowly walking the toes in, maybe gazing up toward your fingers, engaging all the same muscles required for headstand, and then making your way there. Stopping anywhere along the way. Move with your breath. Move with control. Long inhales, long exhales. Still feeling long through the spine. Same deep breath. As you're ready, slowly, with control, find your way back to child's pose. Really releasing all of your weight. Deep breaths. Inhale, forward to tabletop. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale the right heel up. Exhale, bring it forward and through. Place it down near the right hand. Place the left knee down and tuck the toes. Be sure the right ankle is right under the right knee. Bring the hands to your hips. Start to sink the hips forward. Interlace the hands up above you, except for that index finger. And the more you sink the hips forward, the more you start to arch back. Keep pushing down with the top of that left foot. Releasing through the front of that left hip. And then slowly coming back forward. Bring both hands down to the inside of the right foot. Heel toe the right foot out. Maybe coming down one forearm at a time. Maybe letting that right knee fall out to the right side. Same deep breath. Releasing down through that right hip. See if you can release your head, neck, and shoulders. Letting it all be heavy. Maybe making two fists with your hands to give your head something to rest on. See if you can start to release through the hips. Still finding that same deep breath. Slowly coming up to your hands. Bring that right foot back, lined up with the hip. Inhale, coming up to the fingertips. Exhale, rolling back, flex the right toes, pull that right hip back. Inhale, rolling forward. And exhale, rolling back. Inhale, rolling forward one more time. And this time exhale and roll all the way back. Bring the left foot around. Inhale the arms up. Chest towards your toes, exhale down. Inhale, lengthen, heart a little closer to your toes. Exhale, round. Inhale, pull against that leg, shine the heart up, belly button towards your knee. Exhale, down. Inhale up one more time. Exhale and release. A few breaths. Keeping the head heavy. Slowly roll up, one vertebra at a time. Right hand, left knee, left arm, up and over. Trying to get that right shoulder on the inside of that right thigh. Using the right hand on that left knee to keep it open. Releasing through the left side of the body. Feeling long. And then inhale the left arm up. Take it down, back behind you. Use that right hand on the outside of that left thigh. Twist, flex the right toes. Try and get that left shoulder down to open a little more. And then place the right hand down, lined up with the left. Tuck the right toes. Send that left foot all the way up. Inhale in. Sink the heart. Exhale, bring that left foot forward. Place it down near the left hand. Place the right knee down and tuck the toes. When you feel stable here, bring your hands to your hips. Then interlace the fingers up above you, sinking the hips forward. The more you sink the hips forward, the more you can start to arch back. If you have any trouble with stability, take the left foot a little farther out to the left side. Releasing through the front of that right hip. Deep breaths. Push down a little more with the top of the right foot. Sink the hips a little farther forward. On an inhale, coming back through center. And then bring both hands down inside of that left foot out to the left side. Maybe down one forearm at a time. Maybe letting that left knee fall out. Releasing the head, neck, and shoulders. Maybe stacking one fist on top of the other to place your forehead down. To really release the weight of the body. Same deep breath. Allowing the breath to come deep, not forcing it, but allowing it. Allowing that hip to release a little more. Finding that inexplicable difference between forcing and allowing. Releasing. Slowly coming up to your hands. Heel toe that left foot back in line with your hip. Inhale, shine the heart up. Exhale, rolling back. Flex the left toes, crown of the head down. Inhale, rolling forward. Exhale, rolling back. Inhale, rolling forward. And this time, exhale all the way back. Bring that right foot around. Chest toward those left toes. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, heading down. Inhale, pull against that leg. Get your heart a little closer to your toes. Exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen, pull. Belly button down, long to the spine. Exhale, release. Inhale up one more time. Exhale, really let it go. With every breath, find one more muscle to let go, one more thought to release. Keeping the head heavy, slowly roll up, one vertebra at a time. Left hand to the outside of the right thigh, right arm up and over, trying to bring that right shoulder down to the inside, the left shoulder down to the inside of the left knee, opening up long through the right side of the body. Same deep breaths. And then inhale the right arm up. Place that right hand down back behind you. Left hand on the outside of that right thigh to twist. Flexing the left toes. Trying to push that right shoulder down. Feel long through the spine. Same deep breaths. And then place the left hand down, lined up with the right. Tuck the left toe, send the right foot up and back. Inhale in. Exhale, place that right foot down next to the left. Inhale forward to plank. Exhale down, chaturanga. Inhale through and up. Exhale back to child's pose. Release every muscle in the body. So let it go. Inhale, coming up to tabletop. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale the right heel up. Exhale, bringing it through, down in between your hands. Place the left heel down. Inhale up, warrior two. Be sure that right knee's right out over the toes, tucking the hips, long side of the mat. Relax the shoulders, fingertips out and away. Bend a little deeper into that right knee. Pull back a little more on the right heel. And then inhale, straighten that front leg. Exhale, reach, 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 and down. Triangle pose. Really tucking that right hip underneath you. Pulling the left ribs in. aligning each and every joint. Same deep breaths. Long inhales, long exhales. See if with each breath you can release a little more through that right hip, through those hamstrings. Left hand to your hip, bending into that right knee, fingers out, weight forward and up. Ardha Chandrasana. Deep breaths. Left fingers down. Bring that left hip lined up with the right. And then hands to heart center. Warrior 3. Long inhales. Long exhale. And then reaching the left fingers down. Feel that right hip release as it lifts. And lift the right fingers up. Opening up through that right hip flexor. Deep breaths. And then both hands down. Bend into the right knee. Send that left foot all the way back. Place that heel down. Bring the right hand to the inside of the right foot. Take the left fingers up. Side angle. Tuck that right hip a little more. Releasing through that hip. Open that left shoulder a little more. Bend into that right knee a little more. Maybe take the bind for these last few breaths. Open that left shoulder a little more. And then slowly release. Both hands down. Take the right foot back. And up. Release that hip. And maybe holding that right foot up. Inhale forward to plank. Exhale, float, chaturanga. Ground down through the fingertips. Inhale through and up. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale the left heel up. Exhale, bring it through. Warrior 2 on the other side. Move with grace, stability with your breath. Control, strength. Tucking the hips, lining up with the long side of the mat, knee open. Engage the core, relax the shoulders, chin toward the front middle finger. Maybe closing the eyes, maybe bending a little deeper, pulling back on that left heel, grounding down through the right pinky toe, folding the feet in toward each other. And forget everything I just said and breathe. Inhale, straighten that left leg. Exhale, reach, reach. Tuck that left hip and down. Lining up each and every joint. Releasing through the hamstrings by pulling that left hip farther and farther underneath you. Same deep breaths. Engaging the right obliques, pull the right ribs in. Long inhales, long exhales. Right hand to your hip, bend into the left knee. Take the weight forward and up. Find your Ardha Chandrasana. Deep breaths. Finding all of that same alignment. Slowly right fingers down. And then maybe hands to heart center. Warrior 3. Float that heel and chest. Right hip right next to the left, not stacking or sinking. And then right fingers down, release that right hip down, let it sink. Open up through the left hip. Send the left fingers up. Deep breaths. And both hands down. Bend into the left knee. Right foot all the way back. Bring the left hand to the inside of the left foot. Right heel down. And right fingers up. Trying to keep that shoulder blade on the left side attached to the left knee. Tuck the left hip in a little more. Bend a little deeper into that left knee. Maybe take the bind for these last few breaths. Open that right shoulder a little more. And then slowly release. Find your way back. Left foot up, back behind you. Maybe keeping that foot floating as you inhale forward to plank. Exhale down. Inhale through and up. Exhale back. Downward facing dog. Inhale the right heel up. Exhale, bring it through. Place the left knee down. Untuck the toes. Walk the right foot over to the left side of the mat. Really flexing the right toes. Right knee down. Hips toward the front of the mat. And make your way down. You can bring the eye of your elbow to the ball of that foot. And release the head, let it be heavy. Again, you can make a fist with your hands. Give yourself something for your head to rest on. Trying to bring your belly button toward your shin, maybe even a little closer towards your toes. Really flexing those right toes, pushing that right pinky down. And then start to let every other muscle in your body release. Letting leg muscles, back and stomach muscles, shoulder muscles, arm muscles, finger muscles all release, face muscles, let them go. Let the only thing that you're holding on to be those right toes staying flexed. With each breath, ask that right hip to release just a little more. Slowly make your way up to your hands. Tuck the left toe. Gently send that right foot back and up. Placing it down next to the left. Inhale the left heel up. Bring it forward. Place the right knee down. Walk that left foot over to the right side. Left knee down. Flex those left toes. Make your way down. Again, flexing those left toes. Start to let everything else release. Letting yourself be heavy. Slowly coming up to your hands. Tucking the right toes. Gently send that left foot up and back. Place it down next to the right. Come into our final downward dog. Notice if it feels a little different. And then inhale forward to plank. Exhale down to your back. If you're not inverting today, bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees fall out to the side. Right hand to your heart, left hand to your diaphragm. If you are inverting, place your hands down. Send your feet up and over for plow. Maybe interlacing your fingers behind your back, trying to get the pinkies down toward the earth. Walk your feet in toward each other and towards your head. And walk your feet away. Notice how that changes the stretch on the back. Feeling that release between the vertebrae. And then getting your hands high up on your back and slowly find your way up to shoulder stand. Elbows in toward each other. Be sure all the weight stays in your shoulders and elbows and not in your neck. Maybe bringing the soles of your feet together, knees out to the side. Maybe one leg at a time down toward the earth. Just getting comfortable in this inversion, finding whatever release you would like through the hips. And then finding your way back down through plow, deaf man's pose, balancing your knees on your forehead. And then everyone pull your knees up into your chest. Release the low back, rock from side to side. And then place the heels down, hip distance apart. Push the heels down, lift the hips up for bridge, or hands under your shoulders for Urdhva. Deep breaths. And coming up to the balls of your feet, roll down one vertebra at a time. Straighten the left leg out, pull the right knee in. And then pull that knee over the body with the left hand. Releasing down, relaxing, letting go. Bringing out any last tension, worries. Allowing all of your attention to come to your breath. Slowly coming back through center. Extend the right leg out, pull the left knee in. Pull it over the body with the right hand. Allowing yourself this time. Allowing your heart rate to decrease. Your breath to be long. Releasing any thoughts that come in. Nothing to do, nothing to think, nothing to be. Slowly allow yourself to come through center and extend into our final Shavasana. Your toes fall away from each other, tuck one shoulder and then the other. Reach the crown of your head long. If your tongue is connected to the roof of your mouth, release it. Feel that clear passage of air in and out of your nose. Feel the weight of all the work that you've done. All through the body, through the nervous system. Feel it heavy. And allow it all to release down, heavy, sinking into the earth. Allow yourself this time of healing, this time of integration, this respite, this time away. Allow yourself this time for you, this time just to be. Slowly find your way back. Notice your breath, either staying right where you are or start to activate the body however feels natural, maybe rocking the head from side to side, flexing the fingers, the toes, maybe stretching the arms up above you. Again, staying right where you are, or you can roll on to one side or the other and find your way back. That same comfortable seated position. Notice if you're sitting a little easier. Notice if your breath is coming a little calmer. Notice if your thoughts seem just a little bit further apart. Notice if you might just feel a little more release through your body, through your nervous system, through your thoughts. Inhale the arms out and up. Bring the palms together and the energy of our whole journey. Exhale it all down in between the eyes. May your life be filled with enlightened thoughts. Inhale, exhale, the hands in front of the mouth. May you always have the patience for enlightened speech. Inhale, exhale, the hands in front of the heart. May your heart have the healing it requires to live an enlightened life. Namaste. Take your time. There's absolutely no rush. I just want to thank you all for allowing me to guide you. As most of you know, these are all donation-based classes. We ask that you honor the suggested $15 donation if you are able, or leave whatever you can so we can continue. For those of you here with us in person, there's a donation station on your way out. For those of you at home, there's a donation button on your screen. It is so much appreciated. And I hope that you will take some of this sense of release with you as you continue to find balance between allowing and forcing. As you continue to find balance in your day, your week, your month, your life, and that they are all brilliant. Namaste.